Hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's session of live counter review using technical analysis. So, flow for today will be same as per usual. First up, I'll go through the economic calendar, followed by the indices and commodities. Then, some of the sectors like the FAANGM, US Bank, Semicons, as well as EVs. Then followed by the counters that you have dropped in the Q&A chat below. So, without further ado, I will begin. For this week wise, in terms of the economic day calendar, um, mostly will be a lot of Fed member that will be speaking. So tomorrow, um, at about 12:51, there's FOMC member Barkin and Williams speaking. Then tomorrow night, 11:30 p.m., FOMC member Kashkari speaking. Um, Wednesday, we'll have the usual core inventories data that's at 10:30 p.m. Then at 11, Fed Governor Jefferson is speaking. Thursday, we have Thursday 1:30 a.m. we have Fed Governor Cook speaking. The usual jobless claims data at 8:30 p.m. Then on Friday, we have a few more Fed speaks as well. The FOMC member Bowman speaking at 9 p.m. Then uh, Michigan and consumer inflation expectations that will be out at 10 p.m. So that's about it for the week. Then first up, looking in terms of the indices and commodities. Okay, first one I'll talk about is Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, last week we saw a breakdown below this support around the 60K level. However, it made a recovery back above it in the later half of the week. Currently, looks like it's broke out of this downtrend resistance line over here as well. Also recovering back above this broken support around the 63K level. So I think for now, this could be a false breakdown. If it can hold, if it can hold a higher low, I think then it could continue some range consolidation for the time being. But I think currently it actually retested this another resistance level around close to 64.8K. So I think for now we might see some short-term resistance after this very big run over here. Then I think maybe price would retreat a little bit and let's see whether if it does backtest this breakout, then whether it can hold or not. So support could be around the 63K level about there. Yeah, for the time being. Then I think we could see some sideways trading first for Bitcoin at the start of this week. Okay, next time I'll talk about Dow Jones. So Dow Jones last week was quite sideways over here. However, the positive thing is that it held the recent support around the 37.8K level over here. Then on Friday we had this gap up over here. So I think currently it's currently holding above this swing high resistance at 38.5K level. So I think as long as if it can keep holding above it, then sorry, I think there's a comment that someone can't see my screen. Can you all see my screen? Can just type in the chat. Okay, thanks. Okay, hi Alex, maybe you can try to log in again. Yeah, hope it can help. Okay, so continuing on with Dow Jones. Yeah, so with this gap up over here, I think as long as you can hold this 38.5K level, then I think we could still see some further upside, maybe to test like 39K this level over here for Dow. So let's see how it goes. I think probably some sideways consolidation as well, given that this resistance over here, then support could be around 38.5 5K level. Yeah, then next up is Nasdaq. So Nasdaq also starting to inch up slowly. We have this this swing high over here and a higher swing high, so as higher swing lows being formed, and then with a gap up on Friday. Currently is at this prior strong support area around 16.1, 16.2K level. So I think for now over here we might see some sideways. There might be some resistance coming in from here. But if can hold, the key is to see whether this 15 0.9K level, this resistance over here, whether it can hold as a support. If it can, then I think we could continue to see this trend of these higher swing highs and higher swing lows continue on for a time being. Okay, next up is S&P. Okay, S&P I think also quite similar last week. Also very similar to Nasdaq high, we have these higher highs and higher lows. Could be in a bearish flag. But for the time being, I think we could still see some bit of a slight upwards move to sort of test this 5150 this breakdown level over here, which will coincide with this channel resistance. And so I think for this week wise, I don't think too much movement, maybe some sideways as well. Yeah. Okay, next up I'll talk about gold. Okay, for gold currently also quite sideways. But showing some weakness after the breakdown of this ascending broadening wedge over here. Then price has just sort of sideways, but we're finding support around the 2,280 level. Yeah, also this was a previous swing low as well over here. So I think for now, looks like we're probably just going to be kept in this tight range with resistance above 2,320 likely. With this, which was this previous support, then upon the breakdown, it turned to a resistance over here. So it looks like some sideways movement is likely in the near term. Next up for oil. Okay, oil I think is showing some slight weakness recently. So it couldn't hold a confluence of support at this 80 level, which will be a retest of this inverse head and shoulders breakout, as well as this uptrend channel support as well. Currently, it's dipping underneath, it dipped underneath it, and I think some slight weakness for the time being, but I think downside wise, I think shouldn't drop too much further with the recent. We also have this range support over here level. This range support level at 77.5 or there. So I expect some sort of sideways consolidation for the time being. Then resistance wise likely be at around 80 to about 81 for the time being for WTI. Okay, then next one is VIX. Okay, VIX. After the breakdown of this uptrend support line over here, price has just been sliding downwards, also breaking below the horizontal support at 14.6. So I think we could see VIX continue to trend down lower, maybe to fill this gap over here at 13. Then this will actually retest this prior strong support level, then might see some sideways afterwards. So I'm expecting some slight drop for VIX ahead. Then next one is copper. So copper has been on a strong trend, still forming higher highs and a series of higher highs and higher lows. So I think as long as the recent lows at 4.48, 4.49 over here is holding, we could see a retest of the highs over here at 4.7 or higher. Yeah, it's currently still trading in uptrend. So that's in terms of the indices and commodities. Next up I'll go through the sectors. Okay, first I'll start off with the FAANGM sector. So first stock is Meta. So Meta after the results, there was a gap down over here. Price currently some sideways. I think there's likely some sort of resistance around the 460 level, which was this prior support over here. And then when I zoom out the chart, okay, it's also I had this uptrend support line previously as well. Then which could turn into a resistance over here for short term. Yeah, so I expect some short-term resistance over here. Then price will just sort of sideways for the time being. Yeah, some support could be at this 445 level. Looks like a break on Friday. If you can hold over here, the key is to see whether you can hold this level over here. Then there's a possibility of some further upside. Yeah, if not, we could see price come lower towards like 430 over here. So yeah, I think maybe still some sideways action likely for Meta going ahead. Okay, next up is Amazon. Okay, Amazon after the earnings over here is starting to go back up slowly as well to sort of retest the swing high over here at 189. So I think there's still a good chance that I think price could still continue to trend to do a retest or even trend higher. Looking at the recent price action wise, price has recovered back of this $180 level over here, this key level, which was a slump slight resistance. But then on Thursday as well as Friday, we see price going up. So as long as we can hold this level, there could still be some upside ahead for Amazon. Okay, then next up is Apple. So Apple, after the result, we had this gap up over here. So I think for time being, we could see that, yeah, for time being, I think we could see price sort of come down a little bit. If there's some follow through from on Friday. I think the best would be, let's say, see price retest this $180 level, which was this prior support level, and then subsequently this tend to this resistance. Then over here, it's likely to be a very strong support over here for price to bounce up from. Yeah, then but I think for the time being, maybe we still need to see more candles to see how the price action goes after this gap up and some selling taking place after the results. Yeah, then short term resistance wise, I think likely some is also at this 187 level also as well, which was a prior this swing high over here, and as well as a support breakdown. Yeah, so I think maybe some pressure for at this level for a time being. Then maybe price will just need to sideways a little bit first. Okay, then next one is Netflix. Okay, for Netflix, I think even though there's a gap down after the earnings, it's holding quite well at this 545 level, which is this recent horizontal support, and then confirm this swing lows support previously. So I think looks like a range bound pattern for the time being. The key is to see whether this 578 level can clear convincingly. And I think it could go a little bit higher to sort of retest about 595, this horizontal level here. Yeah, then next resistance upwards will probably be around 605 for Netflix. So these two levels. So yeah, a bit of a range for the time being as well. Okay, Google after the results gap up over here, form a new all-time high. Then then afterwards it pulled back a little bit. But then price based out around 163 about there. So this 163 level I think is quite significant because when I zoom out, it's a retest of this previous resistance line breakout. So here this was a very strong resistance line in the past. Then price after the result broke out above it, then currently it's finding some support over here. So as long as this price is able to hold it, I think we could see some bounce ahead, maybe towards like 170 or 174, 175 again. Yeah. So let's see how it goes. And last but not least is Microsoft. Okay, for Microsoft also, I think some range action going on. But for time being, I think it recently held a 390 level. So after earnings, there was this gap down. Sorry. I think okay. So there was this gap down over here. To hit 390. Then after the earnings, there was gap up. Then some pullback, and then price retested this level again, found support, and currently it's rebounding again. So I think likelihood is that price will likely go upwards, sort of to try to retest this 412 level again, see whether the resistance holds. But I'm still a little bit more upside biased. I think with this sort of like a double bottom in a very short period of time. So after 412, if price can sustain the upwards move, I think we could go higher a little bit to test like 418, this next level here. So let's see how it goes. So in turn, that's all for the FAANGM. Next one I'll go through the financials. I'll start with the XLF ETF. So first start looking at XLF. Currently still some slight weakness. So after the breakdown took place over here, 41.2, price did a lower high bounce, then retested this price support as a resistance, then some further pullback. But then currently is holding higher low over here, then price sort of sideways. So I think the key to see whether price is able to break out of this downtrend resistance line over here. After some sideways movement, then if you can hold above it, I think likely we see a retest of these swing highs at 41.2 again. then maybe some sideways movement to take place afterwards. Yeah, so I think some recovery for the time being if price can continue to hold this higher low and break this downtrend resistance line. Then I'll talk about the big four US banks next, how they are looking right now. So first up is JP Morgan. So looking at the price action wise, still seeing resistance at 193, 194, which is this range support breakdown over here. Confluent with this uptrend support line breakdown as well. So I think for the time being, it looks like kind of a bit of range going on. But the good thing is that 188, 189, this horizontal level over here is holding as a support. So it's sort of a range taking place. As long as price, I think as long as price don't break down 189, then I think there's likelihood is that probably gonna range consolidate over here for a time being. Yeah, so then let's see where it breaks out either 195 or 189 over here. So likelihood is that some consolidation going on for now. Okay, then next up is Wells Fargo. So Wells Fargo, I think is still looking pretty good after the range breakout over here. Price is pulled back a little bit, but it's forming a higher low support at 59.3 over here. So if price can hold this level and then subsequently we should be able to see some sort of a bounce again to sort of retest the recent resistances at about close to 61 as well as close to 62. Yeah, so maybe some range consolidation as well for Wells Fargo. Okay, next one is on Bank of America. So Bank of America also kind of sideways after a double top, after retesting this 38.3 level price pullback, but then it's holding at this horizontal level of 36.8, 30, yeah. And then I think it can hold, then we likely see some sort of bounce taking place and then do some range consolidation for the time being. Yeah, but then if it can't hold right, then maybe some further pullback towards like 35.6 over here, where it could meet this, it could do a retest of this uptrend support line again. So let's see how it goes. Then last but not least, Citigroup, yeah, also currently in the range bound for now. Resistance about 62.4, support about the 60.5. So if it can break upwards, then I think the next level could be around next level could be around 64, then 64, then followed by about 66. Yeah, but then if it breaks down, then I think the support will probably be around 59 about there. Yeah, so I think looking at the charts for the banks, I think can see most like actually all of them are currently just quite sideways range bound. So we need to see how they actually move, whether there's a breakout or breakdown in the time that goes afterwards. Yeah, so next sector I'll talk about is the semicons. So first I'll start with the Philadelphia Semiconductor Index, the SOX. So looking at it, price saw a V-shaped recovery over here. Then afterwards we form a higher low over here. Then subsequently retesting this downtrend channel resistance again. So I think if price can sort of break out over here, then I think that will be a good sign that price could do some further recovery ahead. First up, there's likely still be some resistance at 4815 about there. Which was this support breakdown level. So afterwards, we tested for one time, then we have pullback over here. If it tests the second time, there could still be some pullback, maybe to retest the breakout of this channel over here. Then subsequently, afterwards, then we could see it rise. Yeah, so let's see how it goes, whether the breakout takes place or not. Okay, then first I'll talk about NVIDIA. So in terms of NVIDIA's chart, after the breakdown below this 835 price, recover back above it, then did a back test over here on Wednesday. Thursday we saw it hold this level, I know Friday there was a gap up above. So looks like this likelihood is a false breakdown over here. Then price subsequently recovered back afterwards. I'm thinking should be able to sustain some momentum to retest this resistance about 905 to 920 level. That will be the next resistance area for NVIDIA. Then afterwards, you might see some slight pullback again. Current support wise likely be around 875, this level here, which is this swing high resistance. Yeah, so I think likelihood is that some range probably gonna take place. Yeah. Okay, next up is AMD. So AMD, I think chart wise possibly is forming a double bottom for a time being. So last week after the earnings gap down, then to retest the lows at 145. Then Thursday we had a follow through sort of a hammer over here. Then Friday had a bullish candle come in. So I think with that, I think it's currently is able to hold this as a double bottom. So probably is that I think we should be able to see some price recovery upwards to fill this gap. 158, then we test 162 for a time being. Yeah, then could just sideways a little bit afterwards. Given that 162 was this prior range support level breakdown. Okay, then next one is TSM. So TSM also look, the chart is starting to turn a little bit more bullish. So before this was resistance at 139, which was this support level over here. Then price broke down after the earnings. Then after a retest, and price sort of sideways over here. And on Friday it opened with a gap up at this resistance and then close higher. So it looks like a positive sign. I think if you can hold this 139, likelihood is that price will I think price could go higher a little bit to test like 145, 146, which is this next horizontal resistance level. Then it might just do some sideways afterwards. Okay, then for Marvell, I think likelihood is that still quite sideways. So still holding the support at 63.5 is still holding. Then first up, it did a retest. It did a bounce over here to retest 70.3 this level, which was this range breakdown, and pull back afterwards. Then try to reattempt again. I think we might still see some resistance for over here, but looks like a higher low is being formed. So I think might still see some consolidation, but more towards upside bias. If you can clear 70.3, likelihood is that it will probably test like 73.3, 73.3 level over here again. Yeah, but it's more sideways. It's a little bit weaker compared to just now NVIDIA. Okay, then next up is Micron. Yeah, Micron also hold after it held this 107 this swing low level. Price has sort of just moved sideways. So we can see support is about 109, 110. Meanwhile resistance is about 116, 117. So this comes from this horizontal level previously, and then we have this downtrend resistance line. So I think the key for now is that see whether there's a break above this downtrend resistance line and whether price can hold above it. If it can, then I think it's good for price to climb higher to retest like 121 as the next resistance level. Yeah, so some sideways. Currently I think pre-market is opening high. If you can break out above, then I think could test 121 again. Okay, then next one is Broadcom. So Broadcom currently also looks like a higher low being formed after the retest of this support breakdown at 1320, 1330. After a pullback over here, higher low, then currently on Friday form a bullish candle again. So with that, I think if price can continue upwards again to test it could continue upwards to test a early swing high over here. Then afterwards, maybe pull back for form a higher low again. Then like some sideways action. Yeah, so looks like some consolidation move ahead for Broadcom. Okay, then last counter I talk about is Intel. So Intel is still looking pretty weak. After earnings we had this gap down over here. Then yeah, still price action wise still looking a bit weak. But I think it's quite near the support level in the past. So I think yeah, about 29.6. I think previously was a horizontal resistance, strong horizontal resistance level. So over here, I think sort of quite near already. So if price can sort of hold at this level, there might be some hope that price starts to sideways and try to move up afterwards. But yeah, still KIV for the time being. I think the weakest out of the semiconductors for now. So yeah, in terms of the semicon, I think most of them starting to see a little bit of recovery after the prior weakness, I think 2 weeks ago. Then starting from a higher low. So let's see whether they can sustain this higher low and then start to move upwards. Yeah, as with the index is currently at a critical moment about that channel resistance there also. Let's see whether they can break above it. So then last sector I'll talk about is the EVs. First I'll talk about Tesla. So Tesla, yeah, after the results moved upwards, and it did a retest of this blue color trend line resistance over here. And afterwards, okay, this level at 195 about there was also a horizontal level. And subsequently some pullback. Price then afterwards price also maintained quite well over here at 180. So 180 was this quite a strong resistance over here previously back in March of this year. So I think likelihood is that this will be able to hold as a support. I think then price sort of bounce upwards again to continue its recent up wave. So I think likelihood if price can hold over here, like you see it tests like 200, 205 again for Tesla. Some recovery again. And next one is Xpeng. So Xpeng also some recovery for the time being. So over here looks price managed to break above this resistance at 8.3 with this gap up over here. And I think we could see some further recovery towards the next resistance level at about 9.8. The next one is about 10.5 over there. Yeah, so given the recent breakout over here, price should be able to go a bit higher with the momentum. Okay, the next one is Rivian. So Rivian also, after a consolidation over here, price started to move upwards above this 9.2, 9.3 level, retesting this support breakdown at 10.1 over here. So could see some resistance ahead, some resistance for the time being. But I think that we should be able to see a higher low being formed. Continuing on the recent trend over here. Support is likely to be around 9.5, 9.5 about there. Yeah, then afterward, next resistance level to test will be at around 10.6, 10.7. Okay, then next one is new. Okay, for new, yeah, some recovery. Also recently price broke above this 4.7, 4.8 resistance level, then also currently testing at this 5.4 level. I think could see some sideways over here for a time being. Then upwards is before moving up higher again. Next level is about 6 to 6.3 about there. So that's for new. Yeah, so in terms of EVs, I think the chart seeing some recovery. I think could still be able to trend higher. Looking at like their momentum recently as well. Yeah, so with that, I'll move on to the questions that I have dropped in the chat box. So hi, BYL. First up is SoFi. So SoFi, let's see. Okay, I think still quite range bound pattern over here. After the earnings, there was this, it went down a little bit. Then but however, it still looks like it's still holding this $7 support level over here. If price is able to hold over here, then I think we could see some bounce ahead towards like 7.5, which there's likely be some short-term resistance. Then next one is at around the 7.9 about there. So I think likelihood still some range going on. Currently I think it's still feel about 50-50 over here. And the price is able to hold this $7 support. Okay, then next one is on Starbucks. Okay, Starbucks after the results, you have a big gap down over here. Then I think for the time being, still looks a bit bearish. And currently at this one support level in the past, which is about 73 about there. So we see whether price is able to hold at this level. If not, the lower support level will be around, let's see, close to 68 about there will be the next support level downwards. So I think still need to see more candles to see how it goes, especially after this big gap down over here. Yeah, if you can hold 73, then likelihood is at some sideways with resistance about 75, 76. If you can't, then could still see momentum drop downwards towards that 60. Okay, the next one is on C3AI. So C3AI, some recovery for time being. Price hit about 20, this support at 20.7, then started a bit of a bounce. Currently retesting this prior strong support. That could act as a resistance for time being at 24 about there. So we could see some price sideways for time being about there. Uh, with support about 23. Then next resistance upwards is about 25.8 about there for C3AI. Yeah, I think we could see some sideways first. Then maybe afterwards price could able to bounce higher. Okay, hi Melvin. Your question is on Teva. The Teva, I feel is doing like a recovery back to the resistance at about 14.1, 14.2 about there. Then likelihood is that still facing some resistance, but it's doing some sideways consolidation. So for the time being, support is about 13.7 level over here, this horizontal level. So I think you can hold a higher low, then we could see price continue to test higher resistance about 14.4. So I think my guess is that maybe some sideways action for the time being, especially it's quite near the resistance area. Okay, next one is the HSBC. HSBC, if I'm not wrong, currently is like the all-time high. So I think it's still very strong. Recently price action wise, also after the breakout over here, strong candle over here. Then past 2 days, some small candlestick over here, low volume. So I think that uh we could still see price continue to trend higher with this strong momentum. Yeah, but for the time being, maybe take a break first. Yeah, after this strong two candles over here. Okay, please advise on the three stocks in the near future. Sprott Physical Silver Trust. Okay, hopefully I got it right. This PSLV. I think for the time being, this PSLV is currently likely to be doing a sort of a pullback, but it's currently it's at this at a one support level, which was this prior double top resistance at about $9. I think it could hold over here, then some recovery upwards, but I think upside should be otherwise. I think likely to still meet some resistance at this 9.3 level. You probably just sort of sideways afterwards for the time being. Yeah. The next one is on Barrick Gold. Okay, for Barrick, I think currently after the double top over here for 18.4, price has pulled back. Then currently is doing some sideways over here. So think likelihood is that it's still likely to continue in a bit of a range as long as the support over here is still holding 16.2. Yeah, and current resistance probably be from about 17 to 17.3, 17.4 about there. Yeah, so I think likelihood is that continue some sort of a range. The next one is CNMC gold mine. Well, for CNMC, okay, it looks rather range bound. Key resistance is from this about 21 to 22 cents level. I think likelihood is that still finding some resistance about there. Volume is quite low as well, so I'm not sure how if the TA is accurate enough. But for now, it looks like likelihood is that still some sideways going on with this at this resistance zone over here. Okay, hi Bu Xiong, our counter is on SMCI, NCLH and this. Okay, for SMCI, I think for now is likelihood is that some sideways. Okay, so price is still holding the $700 support. So after earnings gap down over here, price still holding this support. So I think likelihood is that we should see some sort of a bounce, maybe to fill up this price gap at close to 840 to 850. But I'm still expecting this trend continuation, this downtrend continuation where we should be able to see a lower high being formed over here, especially after this with this recent this resistance at 880 where price broke down and did a retest. Then over here did a retest of the channel, then came down again. So you could see maybe 850 come into resistance. If it does retest the channel and come down again as well. Then Norwegian Cruise Line. So after the earnings and this bearish candle, then it's currently holding on at the support at about 15.9 about here. So the key to see whether can continue hold on to this support. Currently it's still okay. But maybe we could see some modest bounce, maybe towards like 16.8, 16.9 for time being. That will act as a resistance. Yeah. But then if it breaks down, right, the next support level to look at would be around 15 about there for NCLH. Okay, the next one is on Vista Energy. So Vista Energy, I think still pretty much this sideways going on at the all-time highs level. So yeah, I think nothing much has changed. If there's a breakout above the resistance of this 44, then likely we see price continuation going on. Trend continuation, the bullish trend continuation going on. If not, likelihood is that some sideways still likely between 41 to this 44 level. Okay. Okay, this one is TLT. Okay, TLT, I think currently some range going on after it retested about the $88 prior resistance, then some support level going on. So I think for now, on Friday, looks like a potential break. It looks like a potential break of this range resistance at 89. So I think if that continues, we could see some higher bounce coming. for now, resistance will be around close to this 90, close to 91. There's some resistance from this recent breakdown as well as this recent prior swing low as well. And then the key resistance upwards is at about 92, which is this level, and then this downtrend resistance line. So maybe some slight bounce upwards for TLT in the near term, if you can hold this breakout over here. Okay, then for Enphase Energy, I think so I see some sideways going on. So after the breakdown over here, price retested this support at 98 and some recovery upwards. Over here we have, and afterwards you managed to form a higher low over here, rebounded on Friday. So I think as long as can hold this price level at about 105, likelihood is that could go up to test like the highs again, about 120, 324 about there. Yeah, overall it looks like still continue on in this range formation. Okay, next one is on Adobe. So Adobe, I think more positive on it. I think looks like a breakout this descending wedge. Of a descending wedge over here, following a double bottom at 460 about there. And then price also this was a strong resistance at 478. Price broke out above it. So I think I'm more positive for price to go up in the near term. First up, the next near term resistance likely to be around 493, 495 or there. And then subsequently will be around the 500s. Yeah, but for now, I think price should trend up for the time being. Okay, next one is on Palantir. Okay, Palantir, some recovery for the time being. Okay, like with this series of higher highs and higher lows. So I think for now, it looks like it's following this uptrend channel over here. So some resistance could be around close to this 24.2 level, this prior breakdown level, confirm the channel resistance over here. Yeah, then next one is at 25.4. So some slight recovery upwards for the time being, but I still think we should see some sort of higher low as compared to this 25.5 swing high over here. And then I think there's also the earnings is coming out post market today. So let's see how it goes afterwards. Okay, next one is Palo Alto. Okay, Palo Alto, I think are more towards the upside bias. So previously over here, price broke down below the 276 level over here. But then subsequently, price is able to recover back afterwards. So this likelihood is a false breakdown. Then with the series of higher highs and higher lows, I think that was still likely to continue. Yeah, so looks like it's still following on in this uptrend channel over here. I think also price is holding above this 291, this resistance level as a support. So I think could still see some bounce to retest maybe the recent highs go to 300 over here, then maybe some sideways afterwards. Yeah, then above the 300, the next resistance level will be around this level at 308, 309. Okay, next one is McDonald's. So McDonald's, I think largely is still likelihood is that still range bound for the time being. So after the results, there was this gap down over here, but then um still found support from this level at 265. Then currently some sideways. I think if price can form a higher low over here, preferably around maybe 267, I think. And then maybe price could recover back upwards to test like the recent resistance at 277, 278 again. Yeah. So my feeling is like sort of a range bound going on for timing. Since that after the earnings, we have this gap down, but then price is supported at recent lows. So sort of like a double bottom going on. Okay, next one is Nike. So for Nike, I think still rather range bound. Over here largely this range consolidation. Recently, possible higher low over here at $90. So I think if price can hold this 91, right, 91.7 level over here, I think we could see some price recovery upwards towards the resistance again at about 94 to 95, 70, this area. Yeah, then I think likelihood is that still continue some range consolidation. Okay, next one is on Pepsi. Okay, Pepsi, I think for now, still facing resistance at 178, this horizontal level. Recently, yeah, over here, still facing out resistance and pullback. But interesting thing is that from higher low tight range over here. So I think if can hold this recent level at 174, likelihood is for more upside, I think. Slowly, maybe it can break 178 and move higher. Yeah, so let's see how it goes. Okay, next one is on PayPal. Okay, PayPal, things after the results, there was this gap up over here, but then sold down afterwards. So still some resistance above this 68 level for time being. So I think maybe price could maybe price will move a little bit. Sorry. Maybe price could trend slightly lower with the resistance so near at 68. To retest like the recent low support 63, 64, likelihood is that find support over here. So maybe still some range bound consolidation still likely in the near term. The next one is on Visa. So Visa still some weakness for timing, but I think it's quite near a support level. First at 266. And then you could see some bounce going on for timing, but I think should be forming a higher low in the near term at 272, 273 about there, which is this breakdown and then yeah, this horizontal level over here. So to continue on this trend of this downtrend over here. The next one is on Adaptase Bio. Okay, Adaptase Bio currently retesting this resistance at 26.6. So I think for time being, we might see some sideways over here with the resistance of right at the corner. Then support could be around like 25, this at the 25 level. So maybe some sideways over here at time being. The next one is on Melco Resorts. Okay, Melco Resort, I think maybe some price recovery. So because price broke down this 6.6 level, Then subsequently did a recovery back upwards. Then on Thursday, Friday, and see price recover back above this 6.8 this breakdown level over here. So I think with that looks like a false break over here. I think price will go trend higher to test this 7.6. This range resistance again, then sort of some sideways afterwards. Then might continue to trend higher. Next resistance upward would be like 7.98 about that. Yeah, so that's my take on Melco. Okay, hi Matthew. Our question is, can share TA on TQQQ? Can you have a look at it? Okay, TQQQ, I think currently it's quite range, I think. Quite range bound going on. Mm, a retest of this like 58 level over here will likely see some resistance in the term because previously this was such a strong support. Then maybe I'm expecting a retest, then some sideways to take place afterwards. Yeah, then near term support wise would be around 54.3, 54.4 about there. Okay, next one is on BlackRock. Okay, BlackRock some sideways going on. Currently trading in this range below the support level breakdown 765. But I think interestingly is that it looks like some bullish divergence taking place. So if price can recover back above this resistance of 770, I think some recovery back upwards slowly towards 790 is possible. Yeah, so let's see how it goes. Okay, next one is on CME Group. Okay, CME Group, I think recently we tested this low at 206 with this with just a long lower wick, then recovery back above the open from a hammer. I think likelihood is that we see a bounce taking place. I see a bounce taking place. Then near-term resistance to maybe test a resistance at maybe 212 again. Yeah, but overall it still is forming a low series of lower highs and low highs and lower for lows for the time being. Okay, next one is Chevron. So Chevron, after retesting the resistance 166, some pullback. For the time being, is finding support from a retest of the support over here at 156, 157. So I think maybe some sideways action for now in this, maybe does a bit of range going on for the time being. As long as 156, 157 doesn't break down, then I think should be able to continue in a bit of range for the time being. Then next one is for Occidental Petroleum. So Occidental, I think yeah, some pullback from resistance at 70, then looks like this bear flag going on and the breakdown recently. So I think for now, yeah, I'm currently doing a retest of this prior range level over here at 64. So we might do some bit of sideways over here. With this resistance becoming some sort of a support. But near term wise, I think likelihood is that still quite weak because yeah, with this recent breakdown and then resistance likely to be around about 65.6 about there. Yeah, so quite a tight range, I think. The next one's Carrier Global. The Carrier Global looking good for now, I think. If a break above this this 59, 60 level. Then price is sort of just sideways over here. Then also this recent resistance at 60.4 has turned into a support upon the first test. So I think for likelihood is that some sideways, either some sideways or further upside hit. Yeah, the recent breakout and retest of the prior resistance going on. Okay, the next one is on GE Aerospace. So GE Aerospace, I think, is still continuing on its this uptrend momentum over here. The range breakout above 158, and I think could be forming another range over here or new highs. Yeah, so overall, I think still looking quite bullish over here. Yeah, maybe trending along this trend line as well. And GE Healthcare, take a look. GE Healthcare, okay, after the earnings, there was this gap down over here. Then price retested this level, this horizontal level at 76.6 and found some support. I think near term wise, it could do some sideways trading. But I think you should expect some resistance at about 82, which is the highs of this gap down candle over here, which was a prior horizontal level here. This horizontal resistance as well. So I think probably some sideways going. Okay, this is for chart. Okay, chart, I think for now, likelihood is some sideways range going on. So still holding the support around 240, but resistance is at 250 about there. So I think likelihood is still some range consolidation likely going on. KTX market access holdings. Okay, for now, I think it's still quite range. But it's currently trading in the lower range. So after the breakdown of 214, currently the range is between 200 and 214. Yeah, so still holding well at this 200 level. Then I think resistance is about this 211, 214. So yeah, some range going on. Okay, hi Sally. Question is on Goldman and Crocs. Okay, Goldman I think is quite good. Okay, with few breakouts going on previously over here at 394, then also recently at 417 this breakout. So I think likelihood to continue trending upwards slowly. Over here for Goldman, yeah, with the new highs. And then for Crocs. Because I think some range consolidation going on. With this, yeah, so we still have support at about 120, resistance about 129. So I think that likelihood is still likelihood is that will continue for a time being. Behind Lee SK Alibaba chart. Okay, Alibaba I think is looking pretty good. Over here, after a very long range consolidation, there was a breakout of 77.5 over here. Then so I think quite upside bias with this fresh breakout price should be able to, there's some resistance over here at 83, but I think that should be able to clear. Then the next key resistance is likely be at 86, 87. So I think price should be able to slowly trend upwards for Alibaba. Hi Chan case, Albemarle Corporation. Okay, this the 110, 111 still holding as a strong support. It's currently price also broke above this 117 recently, did a back test and found support. So I think we could still see some upside bounce to test this horizontal resistance at 133. Then maybe just sideways between 126 to 133 afterwards. Yeah. Since it's doing quite a bit of a range bound going on. Hey, hi Matty, if Intel is weak, can short when it does a throwback. Okay, I think for Intel, I think it's okay. Short, maybe can try to look at if there's a gap fill going on, maybe 34 about there, then maybe can consider. And given such given it's currently in this downtrend over here. It's Paramount Global. Okay, Paramount, I think it looks to be some breakout over here. Breakout this downtrend resistance line. Then let's see whether it can. But I think also recently there's some news about it. So I think let's see whether can hold this breakout over here if it does a back test. For now it still looks okay now. As long as can hold maybe 12.2, 12.8 this area over here. Yeah, also clear this 13.8 levels. So you can hold this level, I think could do a rebound and test a higher resistance like 15.6 in the future. But let's see how it goes for now. Okay, then for Crane shares, Crane shares, CSI China Internet ETF, I think still trending well. So cleared the resistance level at 28.5, and currently is quite near the next resistance level at 31.1. So I think over here it might do some sideways consolidation again. Yeah, but overall looks like still a nice uptrend going on for the time being. The next one is on Berkshire Hathaway. For the time being, looks like some sideways trading going on. With support still holding at 396. So I think for now, resistance likely be around like 409, 410 this area. Yeah. Maybe some sideways trading. Can you justify AMD's PE and why is it a buy? Okay, for this is a fundamental question. I think I can't answer that. I don't have the expertise as well. You can feel free to text my colleague Jonathan who covers the stock, and you can email him to us to get your answer on this question. Thanks. Okay, I feel this T for points ETF. Okay, I can't find the counter, so maybe you can try typing the in the chat again. Maybe there could be some typo error. Yeah, thanks. Okay, hi James. Your question is on XLI, with the Spiders industrial ETF. Yeah, I would think currently just some sideways going on. So after the breakdown of this range, this has become okay, breakdown of the range, then the price support at 123, 124 has become a resistance. So I think for now, likely still some range trading going on. Then we must see the break above or breakout above or below the range, then to determine the next move. Yeah, so to look out at 120 or 123. For now, I think the likelihood is still continuing on this range. Yeah, on to innovation. For this, I think it could be trading in this uptrend channel. So currently it's doing a retest of these highs, issuing higher resistance at 199.5. You see some slight consolidation over here. Support will be at around 191 over here. So I think for time being could see some consolidation, but the longer term thing still trading in this uptrend channel could still trend higher. And this one is brown and brown. I think similar to the XLI you mentioned just now. There's a breakdown of this A3.5 recently, then started to form a range. I think so the key will be watch out for whether there's a break above or below these two levels, which are about 80.8 and 83.5. So if price can break back above the next resistance to look out for about 85.5. Then if there's a breakdown below the support will be probably around like 78.5 about there. Hey, hi Wing Hong, MGen as well as J&J. Okay, MGen after the earnings there was huge gap up over here near the resistance of 320 over here. So then close with a shooting star. So I think still need more candles to see how it goes, but for time being, maybe some range consolidation. I think near-term supports to look out for is maybe to see whether this 308 level is holding. If it holds, then maybe it could just sideways be around there. But if it doesn't, the next support level, I think hold it around 297, 298. Okay, then J&J. J&J, I think should be some range consolidation going on for the time being. So recently after the double bottom of here 143, price did a recovery back to 150. So then over here still some resistance going on, but it could be a higher low in progress. So maybe still some consolidation going on. If you can break above this level 150, I think then next resistance would likely test about 154, 155 over here again. Okay, I believe Intel I went through just now, so maybe I'll leave it to. I think I will go through your bots ETF first. BOTZ. Okay, BOTZ, this Global Robotics AI ETF. Okay, for the time being, I think I expect some recovery. So break out this downtrend resistance line as well as price is starting to recover over here, clearing back above this 30.2, 30.3 level. So I would think maybe some I could still trend higher to retest this broken support at close to 31.5. Then over here it hit some resistance. Okay, next one, there's a question on JD. Okay, for JD, I think yeah, with the recent breakout above this 28 level price move upwards. And currently it's around one resistance area, which is 33 to 34, about there. Yeah, so I think could sort of consolidate a while at this level first, but overall, I think could still trend higher with a fresh breakout taking place over here, mostly for the Hong Kong stocks as well. Yeah, so with a fresh breakout, I think maybe some consolidation, then maybe another leg going on. But I need to wait a while possibly. Okay, sell in May and go away. Based on historical data, how many percent of US3 indexes can fall down? Normally, when can it happen? Okay, I actually did a bit of study on it. But I only look at S&P, so I can't tell you about Dow and Nasdaq. Maybe I'll go and look into it again. But for the past 10 years, S&P in a period from May to October, interestingly, it has only been a rate for two times in the past 10 years. I think it was 2015 and 2022. Then actually you hold on from May to October, right? For S&P 500, 8 out of 10 times in the last 10 years, you get an average return of about 4%. So actually this saying is actually a bit not applicable in the recent times. But I'll do a study on Dow and Nasdaq. Maybe you can ask me again next week, then I'll get back to you. Yeah, thanks. Maybe I'll compare and see how is it for the other indices. Okay, hi Jet. Question is on 40net. Okay, 40net, I think still trending down over here, lower highs, lower lows. But currently at one support level, this 59.70 level. So you see whether there's some bullish recovery back. But near-term resistance will be around 62.8, about there. Yeah. So let's see how it goes. Next support level downwards probably be around 57.5 and 56.1. The next question is on Boeing. Okay, for Boeing, I think it's trading in this downtrend channel over here. I'm expecting a little bit of a recovery back to retest this channel resistance, as well as this horizontal level over here, which is around 182, 183. Then afterwards, maybe price will turn down a little bit over again and some sort of sideways. As for current support wise, will be around 174 to about 176, about there. Okay, next one is on ARM. ARM, I think, is some sideways consolidation for the time being, with resistance still about at 103, about there. So I think the key to see whether they can do a breakout above 103, where then the next level it could test is like 107, then followed by 11314. Yeah, but for the time being, I think could still do a bit of sideways. Also, I think earnings is coming out this week as well, so something to watch out for. Okay, I think I'll take on two more questions. I think because it's about time. First up is Disney. So Disney, I think for now, I think probably some sideways or a bounce. Quite near. Price is holding at this 110.5, quite near this support level. So I think keep on retesting this resistance at 114 over here. So I think if you can break above it, likelihood is that price do a bit of recovery back towards like 116.6 about there. Then I'll take one more on ExxonMobil. Okay, ExxonMobil starting to turn down a little bit with these lower highs, lower lows. But for now, is retesting this level over here at 115 with. So if it can hold, then maybe some bounce towards like 118 again. But I think for short term wise, slightly with some weakness for the time being. So I think some sideways trading ahead. Yeah, so I think that's all for today. Apologies if I can't take the remaining questions. Feel free to post them in the Poems Tree TA community group, and I'll take it. I'll answer your questions over there when I see them again. Yeah, so I think that's all for today. I'll give a moment. I'll leave the survey link in the chat. Yeah, so I appreciate you can help me fill out the survey form to leave a feedback about today's session. Then also do feel free to join the Poem Tree community on technical analysis. If you haven't, feel free to post any of your TA questions over there any time of the week as well. Yeah, then also feel free to join the Poems TA Telegram group as well at Poems TA. Yeah, so I see you all again next week. And have a good night, everyone. Stay safe and good luck trading for this week. Bye bye.